You're finally on the ship. Luggage is in the cabin, flip-flops are on, and your stomach growling like a sea lion. And then you see it, the buffet, glorious, endless, overflowing with everything from shrimp cocktails to triple-layered chocolate cake. It's fast, it's convenient, and let's be honest, it's where every diet comes to die. But here's what most cruisers don't realize. That dreamy, all-you-can-eat paradise? It's also full of tiny traps. Little mistakes that can ruin your meal, or worse, your entire vibe. So today, we're diving into 25 cruise buffet mistakes that smart travelers avoid, plus a few buffet manners we really wish your table neighbors knew. Let's jump in before the crab legs disappear. You just boarded the ship, running on pure excitement and an empty stomach. And where do you go first? Straight to the buffet, along with everyone else who just walked on board. Families still dragging their luggage, lines curling around like you're waiting for concert tickets, kids darting toward the cookie trays, and tables vanishing faster than the soft-serve machine on a hot day. Or maybe it's noon on day 2, and you think lunch will be a breeze, until you find yourself in what feels like a Black Friday doorbuster sale at sea. Peak buffet hours, like embarkation day or the usual rush hours, noon for lunch, 6 to 7 p.m. for dinner, are chaos in motion. Plates collide, elbows fly, and by the time you get there, the last breadstick is already gone. There's a better way. On embarkation day, slip into the main dining room where they often serve a calm sit-down lunch. Better food, no mayhem. Or wander to the pool grill or pizza station. Some lines even discount specialty dining on day 1, a hidden perk that beats fighting over fries. For the rest of the cruise, adjust your timing. Show up a little early or a little late, say lunch at 11:30 or 1:30, dinner at 5:30 or after 8. Same food, hotter trays, open tables, and no need to brandish your fork like a weapon. That small shift turns a stressful scrum into a relaxed, satisfying start to your meal. You stroll into the buffet, visions of pancakes or late-night tacos dancing in your head, only to find the lights dim, doors closed, and not even a lonely breadstick in sight. Truth is, cruise buffets aren't always open. Depending on the ship and schedule, they might shut down between meals or close entirely late at night. And if you show up during that awkward in-between time, you'll be staring at empty trays, wondering if ketchup counts as a snack. Don't feel bad. Plenty of first-time cruisers have walked into the same surprise, tray in hand, expecting the party to be 24/7. It's practically a rite of passage on your first sailing. Here's the fix. Check the buffet hours. They're usually posted in the daily newsletter or on the cruise app. Better yet, ask a crew member what's open and when. If you're hungry during off hours, look for the cafe, snack stations, or room service. You know that hand sanitizer station at the entrance? Yeah, it's not just decoration. Cruise buffets are a germ-sharing paradise. Everyone's using the same tongs, ladles, and serving spoons. And not everyone washes their hands before diving into the mac and cheese. The golden rule is simple. Sanitize before you touch anything. Don't use your fingers. Don't double dip. And for the love of all things decent, don't lick something and put it back. Oh, and if you drop a roll on the sneeze guard, that's not a 5-second rule. That's a sign from the cruise gods. Let it go. You made it to the buffet. Victory. And now, you grab a plate and go full Tetris mode, stacking mac and cheese, pizza, shrimp, ribs, egg rolls, lasagna, maybe a taco just for balance. Slow down, buffet warrior. Just because it's unlimited doesn't mean your first plate needs to include the entire menu. Not only does it look like a culinary landslide, but chances are, half of it goes untouched. And the crew sees it all the time. Towering plates abandoned with barely a dent in them. To them, it's not just waste, it's watching hours of prep end up in the trash. Smarter move? Sample small portions first. Find the winners, skip the rest. You'll avoid waste, avoid regret, and avoid waddling out of there wondering if your stomach just declared mutiny. You've got your plate. It's perfect. Mountain of food? Check. Window table? Check. You sit down and realize your mouth is dry as a pool deck in July. Now you've got two options. Abandon your food and fight the drink line, or try to flag someone down with frantic eye contact while chewing in slow-motion misery. A better approach is to grab your drink before your food. Lemonade, iced tea, water, whatever keeps you from doing the thirsty shuffle through a crowded buffet. Think of it as hydration insurance, because no meal is complete when your tongue feels like sandpaper. If you've got food allergies, the buffet is not the place to play culinary roulette. Cruise lines are actually pretty good about accommodating allergies, but only if you speak up. That means letting the cruise line know before your trip and then following up once you're on board. Don't just ask the overwhelmed buffet crew what's gluten-free while they're juggling 8 trays and a sneeze guard. Go straight to a supervisor or dining manager, get clear answers, and if you're unsure, skip the dish. Being cautious might feel inconvenient in the moment, but it's a whole lot better than spending your vacation in the ship's medical center. It's easy to get carried away at the bread station. Freshly baked rolls, crusty baguettes, and buttery croissants calling your name. But filling up on bread before you even reach the main dishes can leave you too stuffed to enjoy the buffet's best offerings, like the carving station or specialty entrees. The fix? Grab just one small piece of bread to nibble on while you explore the buffet. Save room for the dishes that make the meal memorable, not just the basket of carbs. Your taste buds and your waistband will thank you. On one cruise, the carving station had prime ribs so tender that people were lining up for seconds, but half the passengers never even saw it. Why? They stopped at the first side of the buffet and loaded up on pasta and casserole. It all looks the same at first, trays of hot food stretching in both directions like a delicious highway. The secret is that the left side and right side, not always twins. One end might have stir-fry and spring rolls. The other? Carved roast beef and a surprise taco bar. Some ships hide the good stuff at the far ends, sushi over here, custom omelets over there. So don't stop at the first scoop of mystery casserole. Do a full lap first. Consider it buffet recon. A 90-second stroll could be the difference between meh and why didn't I find this sooner? The cruise buffet is a paradise of indulgence. Bacon, cinnamon rolls the size of your face, and creamy sauces like Alfredo or Hollandaise that beg to be poured generously. But ignoring healthier options and overloading on high-calorie extras can leave you sluggish, bloated, or regretting your choices by day 4. Somewhere between the fried station and the dessert bar lies a vibrant salad, grilled zucchini, or a fresh fruit cup, dishes with color, flavor, and dignity that can balance your meal. Equally tempting are the condiments, but don't breeze past them, assuming they're just ketchup and mustard. Cruise buffets often hide gems like house-made salsas, flavored aiolis, or unique relishes that can elevate your dish without piling on calories. However, heavy-handed pours of rich sauces can turn a reasonable plate into a calorie overload, leaving you low on energy for the rest of the day. The fix? Mix it up. Pair that chocolate cake with roasted veggies or a fruit cup to avoid a food coma. Scan the condiment station for flavorful, lighter options like a drizzle of truffle oil or a scoop of mango chutney to enhance your meal. Use high-calorie sauces sparingly or ask for them on the side to control portions. These small choices let you enjoy the buffet's variety while keeping future you from needing stretchy pants or a nap by midweek. You see a tray of lasagna that's been sitting out for a while, edges looking a bit crusty. But what you might not know is that the kitchen often has freshly prepared dishes waiting to be brought out, like a new batch of lasagna or just grilled steak. Many cruisers don't realize they can ask the buffet staff if something fresh is coming. The crew is usually happy to check or bring out a new tray if you ask politely. The fix? If something looks like it's been sitting too long, ask a staff member if a fresh batch is on the way. It's a small question that can make a big difference in the quality of your meal. You finish your meal. You're full. You think you don't need dessert. So you walk right past that cheesecake without a second glance. Big mistake, because 5 minutes later, You'll see someone at your table with a chocolate mousse that looks like it came straight from a pastry chef's fever dream, and suddenly your grilled chicken just doesn't feel like a grand finale. Look, calories don't count on cruise ships. Okay, they do, but let's pretend. So if something catches your eye at the dessert bar, try it. You might just find your new favorite guilty pleasure. At a buffet, creativity is tempting. A little sushi here, some curry there. Maybe top it off with a side of mashed potatoes? No. Just because everything is available doesn't mean it all belongs together. Some flavors are best appreciated on their own, not smothered in marinara and sitting next to a slice of pineapple pizza. Try new things, absolutely. But keep it civilized. Give each dish a little breathing room on the plate. Your taste buds and your dinner companions will thank you. You walk into the buffet and everything looks familiar. Same trays, same choices, same routine. But wait, what's that station over there with lobster tails and paella? Turns out, tonight is seafood night. And yesterday, it was Taste of Italy. But if you weren't paying attention, you'd have walked right past them with your usual plate of fries and chicken nuggets. Cruise buffets often feature themed dinners or one-night-only food events, like midnight chocolate parties or outdoor barbecues. But you've got to know when they're happening. Check the ship app, scan the daily newsletter, ask the staff. These one-time specials are often some of the best meals of the cruise, and you'll regret missing them more than that third slice of pizza you didn't really need. Your ship docks in Jamaica. You head to the buffet and grab a burger. Meanwhile, right next to the fries, there's freshly grilled jerk chicken, seasoned, sizzling, authentic, and it's only there today. Many cruise lines add special local dishes to the buffet on port days: Greek moussaka, Bahamian conch fritters, Mexican tamales, you name it. But you'd never know if you don't look beyond the usual suspects. So don't sleep on the good stuff. Ask the staff. Look for signs. Even if you're not getting off the ship, your taste buds still can. Because part of travel is tasting the world, and sometimes the world is hiding behind the rice and green beans. It's day one, and you're hitting the buffet like it's the only meal you'll get all week. But cruise buffets are a marathon, not a sprint. Overindulging early can lead to food fatigue by day 3, when you're too bloated to enjoy the special dishes later in the cruise. The trick is pacing yourself. Try a few new dishes each day instead of overloading on everything at once. This way, you'll savor the variety throughout the trip without feeling like you need a nap after every meal. This isn't an airport layover. There's no gate to catch. So why are you scarfing down that chicken like it's a timed challenge on a reality show? Cruise buffets are meant to be enjoyed, not inhaled. Slow down. Chew. Talk to your table mates. Watch the ocean roll by. When you eat like you're racing a stopwatch, you miss the moment. And maybe give yourself a one-way ticket to Indigestion City. You're on vacation. Eat like it. You're in the buffet line. You see a tray of salad next to the grilled chicken. Someone grabs the chicken tongues and uses them to scoop lettuce. Now that salad? Not vegetarian anymore, or allergy safe. It might seem like a small slip, but cross-contamination at a buffet is a real issue, especially for folks with dietary restrictions. One wrong tong and suddenly a harmless-looking dish becomes a hidden danger. Always use the serving utensil assigned to each dish. They're there for a reason, and if you see someone mix them up, kindly point it out or let the staff know so they can swap in clean ones. Better safe than sorry, or sneezing your way through formal night. Look, we've all been to a buffet before. Golden Corral veterans, hometown brunch warriors. But cruise buffets? They're next level, and they run smoother when people remember basic manners. Don't cut the line. Don't hover over the food like you're guarding treasure. And please don't block the entire station while debating between mashed potatoes and rice for 10 minutes. Always use a clean plate for every round. Always, even if your old one barely touched the shrimp. And if it's the lunch rush, don't camp out at a 4-top playing cards while folks circle like seagulls hunting for a seat. Be kind, be quick, be aware. The crew and your fellow passengers will thank you. You walked in from one side, circled the bread station, passed the carving station, made a stop at the dessert bar, and now you have no idea where your table is. Cruise buffets can be massive, and after a few laps with a loaded plate and a distracted brain, suddenly every tray looks familiar, and every table has the same guy in a Hawaiian shirt. Pick a landmark. Maybe you're near the soup pot. Maybe you're one row behind the soft serve machine. Maybe it's that lady who brought her own bottle of ranch. Whatever works, just anchor yourself. Otherwise, you'll spend more time wandering than eating. You just found the perfect muffin, and you're thinking, I'll grab a few, head back to my cabin, maybe snack by the pool. Not so fast. Most cruise lines have a strict rule. Buffet food stays in the buffet. Taking it to your room, the hot tub, or anywhere else, that's usually a no-go. Why? Because food left out in random places can attract pests, create messes, or even cause slips and falls. Not exactly the kind of memories you want from your cruise. If you're craving a bite outside the dining area, check if the ship offers a grab-and-go station or room service. Chances are, there's a proper and cleaner way to do it. We all love a good food pic. That perfectly glazed ham, Instagram-worthy. The dessert bar, pure eye candy. But when you park yourself at the carving station, angling your phone for the perfect lighting while 15 people wait behind you, now you're holding up the entire buffet line for likes. Cruise buffets are meant to be enjoyed in real life, not turned into a photo shoot set. Snap a few quick pics, then move along. Want to edit, filter, or craft the perfect caption? Great, just do it at your table, not in front of the bread pudding. Remember, the food looks best before it gets cold, and before someone behind you starts loudly clearing their throat. Yes, it's a cruise. Yes, you're relaxed. But showing up to the buffet dripping wet in a swimsuit, not exactly appetizing for everyone else trying to enjoy their lunch. Most cruise lines have one simple rule: no shirt, no shoes, no service. And no one wants to dodge puddles while grabbing mac and cheese. So before you hit the buffet, throw on a cover-up or a dry t-shirt. You don't need to dress fancy, just dry and decent. Your fellow passengers and the chair you sit on will appreciate it. You're headed back for round 2. Just a quick refill, right? So you leave your phone, sunglasses, maybe even your wallet on the table to hold your spot. Bad idea. Most cruisers are good people, but crowded buffets plus unattended valuables, that's just asking for trouble, or at the very least, unnecessary stress. If you're solo, ask a staff member to keep an eye on your table. If you're with someone, take turns, but never treat your iPhone like a seat-saving napkin. The cheesecake isn't worth the risk of losing your tech or your peace of mind. We get it, kids get excited, but the buffet isn't a playground, and letting little ones roam free with a tray is asking for trouble. Think spilled mac and cheese, bare hands grabbing cookies, tiny elbows bumping into hot trays, and that's on a good day. Cruise buffets are high-traffic zones with hot food, sharp corners, and very little room for chaos. When kids dart around or try to serve themselves, accidents happen, and they usually involve someone else's pants and a ladle of marinara. So do everyone a favor. Guide your kids, show them how to use the tongs, and help them make choices. A little supervision goes a long way toward keeping the buffet a safe and clean space for everyone. They restock the trays, wipe the spills, replace dropped tongs, smile through the dinner rush, and somehow they still manage to keep that carving station running like clockwork. Yet, many guests walk past them like they're invisible. Here's the truth. The buffet doesn't run on magic. It runs on hard-working crew who are constantly making sure you have a great experience. A quick thank you, a smile, or even just eye contact goes a long way. Want a pro tip? Chat with them. Ask what just came out fresh. Ask what they love. You might just discover a hidden gem on the buffet line and make someone's day while you're at it. So there you have it, 25 buffet mistakes that cruise rookies and seasoned sailors make all the time. Some are small, some are surprisingly expensive, and a few, honestly, kind of gross. But now you know better. So next time you hit that buffet, you won't just fill your plate, you'll cruise through it like a pro. No spills, no drama, and definitely no shrimp next to your cheesecake. If you've ever witnessed a buffet disaster or lived one yourself, we want to hear it. Drop your story in the comments. Bonus points if it involves flying meatballs. And if this video made you laugh, cringe, or just rethink your plate strategy, go ahead, tap like, subscribe, and share it with your favorite cruise buddy. Happy sailing, and may your bacon always be crispy and your table always have napkins.